Hi guys, Erev Rosh Hashanah at the Four Gashes. A little busy, but making some time for Torah. Baruch Hashem. So we're on Daf Beis, Amud Beis. We're still explaining our Mishnah. Two cases that Reuben and Shimon accused Moshe of either being a cholol or of being a Gullah's guy. Reuben and Shimon, if they're caught as Zomamim, they're not going to get that punishment. Rather, they're going to get Makkos. The question is why. We had Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi talking about a cholol, and we had Rish Lakish talking about the Gullah's guy. But now Ula is going to come along with a new Makor, as we see by the star. Amar Ula, Remez la'edim zomin min atar minayin. How do you know that there's a hint in the Torah for edim zomin? Well, that's a little stupid question. Ask the Gemara, Remez la'edim zomin, a hint to edim zomin, it's a mafurish akra. V'hak siv, the Torah writes, Yasis no kasher zoman. 10 exclamation points if you can fit them. You do according to what you plotted. That's what the Torah says. No, the Gemara retracts. Remez la'edim zomin shalokin min atar minayin. The remez that edim zomin get Makkos. Where in the Torah do we see that? Okay, that's a good question. Because the psukim are a little funny, as the Gemara explains. We make the tzaddik a tzaddik, we make the rasha a rasha, and then it continues superfluously, bin hakos a rasha, that we give the rasha Makkos. Mishum v'hitzikos a tzaddik v'yishus a rasha. That's fine. But haya bin hakos a rasha. Why do we need that extra pasuk as the Gemara? Ella, here's the storyline behind the psukim. Ella, edim shirishus a tzaddik. If the edim come in, they're marshia the tzaddik, they make Moshe into a rasha. We also edim acharini, come along Levi and Yehuda. V'hitzikos a tzaddik to make kara, and they make Moshe a tzaddik again, just like he was originally. V'shavin lahani rishayim. And now they make Reuben and Shimon rightfully Rishayim. Then the pasuk says, "Hay bin hakas rasha," a hint that Reuben and Shimon are going to get Makkos. So for your first question, I want to know, Ula learns Edim Zoman get Makkos from where? The answer is that it's a remez and psukim. Okay. First big line, why do we learn from the Ten Commandments that you can't give false edus? No, we shouldn't have a lav she'en b'maisa. It's a lav she'en b'maisa. It's a iser in the Torah that doesn't have an action to it. Because lav she'en b'maisa ain't lokin a love, and any lav she'en b'maisa we don't give Makkos. It's that simple. So we're back to Ula. It's a remez from the psukim. Before we go on, just quick joke. Wondering if you guys heard the one about the skunk before. It's alright if you haven't, because it stinks anyway. Taner Abanan. Second big line. We're going to give 4 cases. Rabbi Akiva is going to add a 5th on Edim Zomin that don't get the punishment that they assign to their nidon. Dal Devarim Nember by Edim Zomin. 1. Ein Nasim ben Grusha ben Chalutza, as he said in the Mishnah. Ve'ein Gon La'ari Miklat, as he said in the Mishnah. Ve'ein Mishamas HaKofer. You don't pay Kofers. The case is, Reuben and Shimon say that Moshe's calf, his bull, that is muchsik to kill 3 times or more, or to damage, it killed somebody now, and so this bull is not going to be put to death, and Moshe has to pay kofar payment. Turns out Reuben and Shimon were lying. Reuben and Shimon do not have to pay the kofar payment. We're going to see what the kofar payment is soon. If somebody steals but they don't have enough money to pay back what they stole, then they have to sell themselves as a Hebrew slave, evidivri. Reuben and Shimon would not become an evidivri if they were proven to be Edom Zomin, as we're going to explain. The 5th one, Mishim Rabbi Akiva Amru, Af Ein Mishaman Alpi Atzman. If Reuben and Shimon become Edom Zomin in one court and they go across the street to another court, they escape, and they say, we got convicted of becoming Edom Zomin, they're going to be putter from payment because of something called Mode B'Knas Putter, as we're going to see. Let's explain. Ein Nasim ben Grusha ben Chalutza, Kida Amrin. That we already explained in the Mishnah. Ve'ein golin la'ari miklad kida amrin, as we explained in the Mishnah. Ve'ein mishaman es kofer. They're not going to pay kofer. Again, let's get it clear. Reuben and Shimon told based in that Moshe's animal, which is muchsik to damage, actually killed somebody, and now Moshe's animal is going to have to be put to death, and Moshe has to pay the kofer payment. It's an extra payment to sort of pay back, get forgiveness that his animal killed somebody. And to Reuben and Shimon don't have to pay for it. Second question I want you to answer is, what does it mean? What is kofar? What is kofar? So we just explained it 2 or 3 times. Now you can explain it yourself. What is kofar? And if you missed it the first couple times, feel free to rewind. So why don't they pay kofar? Answers the Gemara. Savri, we must hold that kofar is kapara. That through the kofar payment, you're getting kapara, you're getting forgiveness. Bahani labane kapar ninhu. But the Edom Zomin don't get kapara. Why not? Because if Moshe's animal would have killed somebody, so he needs to get kapara. He needs to get forgiveness in that family. But if Reuven and Shimon don't have an animal that killed anybody, so what kapara is there to get? Same reason why they don't go to Galus, by the way, as we said last week. Mantana kufr kapara. Who's the teacher that teaches us that kufr is kapara? It's going to be Rabbi Yishmael. Amar Chesta Rabbi Yishmael ben Noshel Rabbi Yochanan ben Brokahi. The Tanya, as we learn the Brisa, here's where it gets a little tricky. V'nasan pidyon nafsha demei nizak. So the pasuk says v'nasan pidyon nafsha, that you have to give the value of his soul as a redemption. What is that? According to Tanakh, it's the demei nizak. It's the value of the one that was damaged. If the one that was damaged were to go onto the slave market today, that's how much the damager would have to pay. Rabbi Yishmael ben Nosha, Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, Omer, no, it's the demei mazik. It's the value of the damager. If he were to go on the slave market today, that's what he has to pay, his own value. Isn't this what we're arguing about? The Mar Savar Kufra Mamona. Stop and think for a moment. One holds that kofar is actually just a mammon payment, so you're paying to main nizak. That would be the Tanakama. Umar Savar Kofar Kapara, and one holds that no, kofar is actually a kapara. Kofar is kapara, which means that we're talking about Rabbi Yishmael, and that means that you have to pay demei mazik. You have to pay the value of the damager. Okay, good. Baruch Hashem, just want to make sure we got that right. Amir of Papa, he says no. Lo. Dukuli ama kufr kapara. Really, everybody holds this kufr kapara. Really, this is what we're arguing about. The Mar Savar b'denizak shayminan. One holds that you pay according to the nizak. Umar Savar b'nemazik shayminan. And one holds, i.e., Rabbi Yishmael, holds that you pay that according to the value of the mazik. It has nothing to do with whether you hold of kufr kapara or not. It's going to have to do with the drushas that we're going to see tomorrow. So hopefully everybody has a nice night, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.